So I created a comic book story that was inspired by manga and anime, things that I grew up loving. And it all started with one simple idea, and that idea started in this, my sketchbook.
That's a white girl's beat.
So my comic book story, Dispatch Punk, started off as a simple idea. And that idea was that there's this girl who lives in a desert wasteland who delivers packages. And one day, she's offered the equivalent of like $1 million or so to go deliver this one small package across the desert wasteland to another town. Simple idea. That's where I started my story. Any type of story that you have always starts off with one simple idea. So for me, I feel like a lot of the times the hardest part about being a comic book creator or a storyteller is just starting. That blank page, that blank canvas is really scary to a lot of us, right? But you have to start somewhere. No matter what your skill level is, no matter what type of equipment or tools that you have, just start. That's the most important thing. The only way to get better at something is if you actually do it. Just do something. Even if it's simply just jotting something down, an idea that you have. Start with the simple idea of what is my story about. Next, you can move on to creating characters. For me, it was a little bit of the opposite. So I started sketching in my sketchbook one day, and it's this small little sketchbook that looks like this. And I started sketching my main character, Emmy. Emmy is our mail delivery girl who lives in this desert wasteland. I purposely had her clothes kind of baggy, kind of like streetwear a little bit, the sneakers, the scarf on her head to protect her locks. And of course it has satin in it, you know, gotta protect those locks. But yeah, that's how my character started off. And that brings us to our second character, Porter. Now, I always had an idea of who Porter was. Porter is this guy who has a past, definitely the father figure in Emmy's life. And he's also kind of like the heavy parcel package guy. He's also the muscle of the group, so, you know, if you guys step to the crew wrong, he'll handle you. But then I was like, I gotta round out these characters. How do I do that? The last character being Ty. Ty is a day hire. He normally doesn't work with Emmy or Porter. He just kind of comes into the picture because he needs a job. He just wants to make some quick money for one day. So Ty also has some mysterious reasons why he joined them, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But those are the three main characters that I started off with for the story, just to keep things simple. After that, I started going into what are the adversities that they're going to face? What is the challenge that these characters will come across? That rounds out the story. So one thing I wanted to do with Dispatch Punk is to not overcomplicate it or to overthink the story. One of the reasons why I wanted to create this story in the first place was really to grow my skills in comic making, and it's something I've always wanted to pursue. So the question is, why not now? Another thing that's really important for your simple idea or your simple story that you want to tell is to organize your thoughts. You need an outline. You need a script. That's important because you want to know where your story is going, or else you might not be able to tell a concise story or a story that your readers will be able to understand. For my outline, I usually like to break my story down into 3 parts. And I'm sure you probably know what those parts are. The beginning, the middle, and the end. However you do it, whatever's comfortable for you is fine. There's other ways to break down a story as well. Now, the formatting that I'm using for my comic, 4 issues, each consisting of 22 pages. That's like 80 something pages to draw. And I don't think I've ever drawn, like I said, anything more than maybe 4 or 5 pages of a comic at a time. That's the challenge for me. Love that. Love that for myself. Yeah. At the end of the day, again, my goal is to keep things simple. All you need is that one simple idea to start off, and then expand on it from there. And for those of you who already have an idea of what you want your comic story to be about, just ask yourself, how simple is my idea? Would I be able to explain this in 1 or 2 sentences to an audience if I had the chance to talk to someone about what my story was about? If you can break your story down into that simple thing, that simple idea, then you got a good place that you're starting. So don't give up yet.